class. So I am just so thankful that you do this for your body, and even on a week where we're heading right into the holiday, and no matter how you celebrate, this moment, maybe it feels a little bit different. And some years, even if it's not different, it can bring on loneliness or a little bit of stress or thoughts of it's not exactly as you imagined. I think there's a lot in our social media culture that can unfortunately not help us let go of what we think perfection is. And so throughout this class, I just want to give you a space to focus on what is good. So the more that we focus on the things that might go wrong, the more we're creating that pathway in our mind of thinking that the universe is poorly designed, or it's not helpful to us, and it's a little bit dangerous. And so that can create a very guarded sense within us. And all we have to do is that tiny little switch. Once we practice the awareness and we notice, oh, you know what, I'm worrying about something in the future, we can then pause, breathe, and just ask what's good right now. Maybe it's just that you're breathing, or that the ground is holding you up, or that the whole air around you is supporting your life. The universe is on your side. You are loved and supported. And so the more that we can create those pathways in our mind, the more we actually do feel a little bit softer, a little bit more joyful, because that's the pathway through gratitude, is to joy. All right, so enough of my talking. Come on into child's pose. That'll be a great way for us to practice this as we start. So maybe like your knees together or separated. You can reach your arms out long and take a deep exhale to let your body sink into the ground. And simply start by breathing without changing your breath. So what's it like this morning? And once you notice how you're doing, see if you can inhale a little bit more slowly and just feeling your belly hug your thighs, the warmth, the care of your own body. And as you exhale, see if you can sink a little bit heavier, as if you melted every muscle and just let yourself be held. So we'll do that for a few breaths. As you inhale, focus on the warmth, the compassion in your belly against your thighs. And as you exhale, focus on the surrender of being held, cared for, and supported. And then after another moment, once you created a little more safety there in your body, start to scan through your body. Start at the fingertips, and then scan through inch by inch towards the wrists, all the way to the toes. And just notice if anything is tight in this moment. And if it is, can you swirl some breath around that space and allow it to soften ever so slightly? And if that's difficult, or your mind keeps going to some repetitive thought, it's okay. As soon as you're aware, just come back to your breath. Try to create a place of ease with each and every inhale and exhale. And then before we add some movement, take a few more breaths. And I just want you to breathe in and notice what feels healthy, or if there's anything you're grateful for in this moment, the way that you feel, a moment to pause, anything at all. And then take one more breath and just picture yourself as a whole, just noticing what you've already created and how that little moment of focus might even change your reality. And then when you're ready, inhale and lift your hips just enough that we can create puppy pose. So I want you to walk your hands 6 to 12 inches farther away from your body. And then shift your hips up into the air and the chest back. So you're stretching your wrists all the way to the hip line. And here your head could be down or it could be lifted. It just depends on what feels good for your stretch in this day. And then take a few deep breaths, and I want you to really feel what feels good. So maybe this stretch is a nice one for your body in this moment. So again, just practicing that muscle memory in our mind of what can feel good and how we can create that. So one more breath of just allowing what you enjoy. And then when you're ready, inhale and come on up to all fours. So now move your wrists right underneath your shoulders. Realign your knees so they feel like they're under the hips. Take a moment to bring your shoulder blades behind you as if you were going to bring them together. And then your belly might dip down, so you just want to hug in your ribs, and that'll support the front and back of your spine. Take a moment to inhale, reach the crown of the head away from your tail. So notice your obliques, your low belly. And then take one more moment and think about your tailbone going back away from the head. So just notice how your core really helps you here. Great. Take one more deep breath. And then we'll do a few cat-cows. So inhale, lift the chin, lift the tail, and notice what feels good. And then exhale and tuck under. And again, notice what feels good. So take a couple breaths where you're just going back and forth in your cat and your cow, and you're just savoring it. You're creating this more joyful experience in your own body. And let's do one more together. And then adding on a little bit more strength throughout the whole body. So come to center and find the strength you just created. So shoulders together and then ribs hug and then spine extends. Choose opposite arm and leg and reach it out nice and long. Take a deep breath in. So you're balancing a bit. And as you exhale, we're going to curl under. So elbow towards knee. Inhale, reach it out. Feel your strength. And then exhale, bring it down. And one cat-cow. Inhale, lift the chin and tail. And exhale, maybe even want to wiggle. Make it feel great. Come back to center, find that stability. Other side, inhale, reach the opposite arm and leg. As you exhale, round it under, and really breathe your breath out. Massage your belly. Inhale, reach it long, feel your balance. And exhale, bring it down in one cat-cow. Yes. So now you can go at your own pace. We'll do that one more time each side. So as you breathe in, you expand the whole body, opposite arm and leg. And as you breathe out, you almost collapse the lungs. You help them breathe out. And then you inhale, expand again. See if you can flatten the spine. And exhale, bring it down. And then enjoy your stretch in between. And maybe this last side, see what you can cherish, what feels great. Maybe you feel alive as you're breathing and you're moving as one. And then when you're ready to finish, take a nice cow stretch. And then we'll tuck to downward dog. So you can tuck your toes and then just move around so you can lift your hips. And you can shift until you feel like your palms can flatten. And then take a moment to play. So bend a knee, extend the opposite heel, maybe look side to side. What would feel great in this moment of your life? Give yourself permission to find the goodness. One more moment to just breathe and wiggle around. And then come back to center and take a nice deep exhale. We'll find our alignment. So start by softening the knees. That'll help your tailbone come out of your body. And then think about the hands and spread each finger as you push them down with even weight. And then from the strength of your hands, take a nice deep breath and see if your tailbone could lift a little higher. So that stretches your whole torso. Shoulders are almost shrugging. And then another deep breath and see what you could soften. It might be the neck, it might be the jaw, the knees. And just feel your body in this position. If you ever want to drop to the knees in puppy pose, child's pose, go ahead. So one more deep breath, just feeling your body and thanking it for the courage of showing up. And then inhale. Exhale, knees bend, and we'll step or hop to the front of the mat. And allow yourself to forward fold. And just shake it out. So you can roll the shoulders. The head might be yes and no to feel good. Anything that's going to feel great. Swivel the hips. And then using our breath, take a nice deep exhale. See if you can empty out, sliding the hips up and head down. We'll do that 2 more times. As you inhale, you'll notice that you'll slightly come out of it. And then exhale and see if you can deepen and extend your stretch. So one more full breath, simply enjoying the way that it feels in your body. Awesome. Bend the knees and lift the eyes to get your circulation started. Then inhale, press down to rise up. And extend your body, feel the stretch. And then exhale, and hands come to the heart. So awesome job. Let's create our first mountain pose. So take a moment to move your feet around so you feel like they're under your hips. You can have your big toes together if that feels better. You just want to feel balanced. And then lengthen your toes the same way we did in down dog with our fingers. So can you spread them and then push them down? Nice deep breath in. Exhale, think about your heels and let them ground as if you push the outer edge and the inner edge at the same time. Hopefully you notice your arch and your foot lifted. That helps open your ankle as well. Now soften your knees and imagine your head and tailbone again extending away from each other. So that'll feel like your low belly and your obliques just lift you up, hold you open. Shoulders, sweep them back. And then just gently hug the ribs downward. And hands, where would it feel great this morning? Maybe you want one hand on your heart and one on your belly to add a little compassion, to feel less alone. Or maybe you want to have your hands open to just be receptive of whatever your body and your spirit needs. Or maybe hands in prayer. So take a moment to find what feels good. And then a few breaths. First, just physically, inhaling, thinking about lifting the spine up through the head. Exhaling, thinking about grounding the feet and just holding that length. And now on these next two breaths, what is it that your spirit longs for? And just take a moment to let that rise up. And if nothing comes up, that's okay. Just be with your body physically and enjoy your breath. And then with that in mind, whatever your spirit longs for, I want you to breathe it in. What would it feel like if you already had it in your muscle? Create that muscle memory. And if there's anything that you want to let go of that isn't serving you, take a moment to just exhale it out. And then one more time, breathe in, create the muscle memory. What would that feel like to already have what you long for? And then exhale, let go of whatever isn't serving you. And open the eyes and we'll start to move. So inhale, reach up. And you can reach up with that intention. You can create it. What would it feel like? And then exhale, dive with it. Dive in a way that feels great and freeing. Hands to the shins or under the toes and lengthen the back flat, gorilla. Exhale, let it go. Knees bend. We'll step the right leg back and find our low lunge. Take a moment to move the left heel until it's under your knee, maybe a little bit more forward. And then think about your knees and can you line them up in the direction of the toes? Take a breath here simply to be. Can you feel the warmth of your chest against your thigh? And just the body and the care from within. And now keeping that in mind, also add some length. Lengthen out the head to the back heel. So you'll feel your back kneecap lift, your hip energize. And then left arm, we're going to come to a twist. So inhale, reach it up, and you can take your eyes with it if that feels good. And your right shoulder might have come forward. Just roll it back, opening the heart. Yes. And then soften the knees. And can you extend again, head to back heel? It might feel more like a core work. Adding some compassion. Left hand comes down on your low back, and just let it rest. So the palm can face out, hand rests on the back. And take a few breaths, just being here with your body. Each exhale maybe can bring the belly in to wring out the waist. And one more breath. What are you grateful for in this pose? As you're ready, left arm inhale, reach it up. And exhale, let it ground. Knees bend, step back to your downward dog or any restful pose. And just breathe. Take a moment to loosen up. Maybe you want to play again. And once you've found what feels good, come to a steady space. Find the palms. Feel like the hips you can lift a little bit more by strengthening the arms. And then take one cleansing breath. What does that mean for your body? What feels cleansing? And if you want the flow through plank, we'll inhale forward, shoulders over wrists, kneeling or lifted. Bring the shoulders together. Hug the ribs in and find your length again, head to knees. Inhale. Exhale, slowly lower the whole way down to get started. So toes point back. We'll start with just a simple baby cobra. So inhale, lift your heart off the mat without using too much pressure on the hands. And then exhale, let it go. And adding a little care, if you want, we're going to take our arms behind and just let them touch. So maybe you touch your wrists, your hands, or maybe all the way near your elbows. Point the tailbone towards the heels, and then inhale, lift. So what that does is lengthen your low back. Yes. And exhale, let it go. And we'll just do it one more time. So inhale, lengthen, head to tail, lifting up, toes down. And exhale, release, arms to the mat. Push and pull back to child's pose or downward dog. And just breathe. So here in this moment, take a breath and just notice what your body is doing. How does it feel? How do you notice your work already working within you? So take one more breath, just noticing your practice within your body and your spirit. And then breathe in. Exhale, knees bend and right leg steps forward this time. And take as much time as you want. Reposition the heel under the right knee until it feels great for your body. And then we'll ground our toes similar to mountain pose. Line the knees with them. And take one breath just to notice the compassion. Wherever your body is hugging itself. Breathe with care there. And then lengthen head to back heel so you find some energy on the underside. And then when you're ready for a twist, it's the right arm now. Inhale, reach it up. Shoulders, swirl them back to open the heart. Inhale. And exhale, right hand is going to rest on your back and find a little warmth and grace there. And take a few breaths and just be with your body. Grateful that it's breathing for you. It's holding you up. It's balancing. So just one more breath. Just thankful how your body cares for you. And then when you're ready, the right arm, inhale, reaches up. And exhale, grounds back down. Knees bend, forward step. And find your forward fold again. This time, if you want, you can bend the elbows and hug them. And just let your body hang. How deep can you breathe for the next couple of moments? And is there one more space that you could allow to unwind? And then when you're ready, let the arms go. Hips sit back, eyes lift, and inhale, we'll press and rise again. And what does your body want? If you want a little back bend, take your tail back, and that'll help your whole spine arc. And then exhale and hands come back down. Maybe you like a little shake again in between. Come back to where your mountain pose is. So line up your feet so they feel grounded and beneath your hips. Soften your knees. Lengthen head to tail. And then take a breath and just check in. What would feel great for your hands to do in this moment? How do you feel now compared to how you felt the last mountain pose? And then what do you want to cultivate? Bring it in. How would it feel if you already held it in your body? Exhale to let go of anything you'd like. And then when you're ready, inhale and we'll reach up again. And so how can you make it feel good? What way do you want to stretch? And then exhale, carry that feeling with you as you dive down. Hands to shins or under the toes and lengthen the body. Flat back. Exhale, let it go. Knees bend and left leg will step back first this time. So start first with your low lunge. And I want you to just take one more breath just to feel that your body is there, it's supporting you. So trusting its care, we'll step into warrior one. So the back foot will step in till the heel goes down. And then inhale, rise up as you're ready, arms overhead. And take the time that you want to reposition. So reposition the feet till you feel like you can ground all four corners of both feet. That's the outer heel and big toe. And then add a moment of length. So tailbone can go back and down, head can come up, and the ribs just gently hug in. And here, what could you soften? Does anything feel like it's gripping or resisting? Or that same thing that we talked about before class, that worrisome feel. Once you notice it, then see if you can breathe and allow it to rest. You are safe, you are strong, You're present. Great. Inhale and exhale. If you like, arms sweep back, and we'll do the same thing where we just kind of hug our arms very gently. Shoulders rolling back, and you might even want a little back bend. So if you do, take your tailbone back and then lift your heart and kind of tuck your chin in to get the back of the neck long. And just breathe into the heart expansion. So when we expand our heart, we boost our mood. So just take a moment and feel that hope rising. The softness of your own touch, the opening, the grounding. You get it all in this pose. Take one more breath. Where can you expand and just be fully present? And then when you're ready, inhale. We're going to reach open to warrior two. So arms could lift up, and then we'll open to warrior two. So to get there, just reposition the feet again till your hips are towards the long edge of your mat. And then turn all your toes towards the right. And guide your right knee in the direction of the toes. And then left knee in the direction of those toes. Yes, arms will reach them open. Shoulders will bring them down. And then that gentle hug of the ribs at the same time that you drop the tail. And then lift the back of the neck. So it's a lot to think about. But once you get it, you feel a little more aligned. Feel like your circulation can flow. And you're just holding yourself more present. Unashamed, fully in your body. If it feels good, you can gaze down your right arm and just see your strength. Take a moment to breathe and just notice in this moment what feels healthy. How's your body caring for you? And how do you feel strong and grounded? And then one more deep breath here, just feeling your strength, staying in it. And when you're ready, we'll windmill. So back arm, back heel, inhale it up, and exhale down towards the mat. Step back to your downward dog or child's pose. And maybe you want to pedal it out. You want to rock around. Do some movement that helps rebalance you. Soften the knees, lift the tail. Spread the palms. And take 2 cleansing breaths. What feels uneven in your body? And can you be grateful that that's a sign that your practice is changing and strengthening you? And then if you want the flow, on your inhale, pull the body forward. Kneeling or lifted. Lengthen head to heels, shoulders connect. Inhale. Exhale, slowly lower halfway or all the way. So let your body pick. And then inhale up, either baby cobra or up dog this time. Shoulders roll back. One more deep breath in. And then exhale back to your downward dog or child's pose. And find some deep breaths. Maybe all you want is to rest. So let the mind rest on the way your ribs open. And then they relax closed. One more deep breath. And then when you're ready, bend the knees and we'll set the left leg forward between the hands. So start with a low lunge. Let it be its own moment. So take the time you need to reposition the heel till it's grounded. And take a breath of care with that warm hug of your own body. And then as you're ready, it's the back leg that will step to warrior one. So you'll step it in till the heel goes down. And then inhale, rise up. And exhale, take the time you want to reposition. Come to a place where you can push down the outer edge of your heel and ground your big toes. You look great. Now soften the shoulders back to give you that feeling of openness around the neck and jaw. Knees, line them up with your toes. And ask your body, does it want to deepen? Is strength something that it wants? Or does it want to have more of a light feel, lifted, a little bit gentler? And then tailbone, gently bring it out of the body, giving your low back space. Ribs hug in. And one more deep breath, just feeling the body reach. And then when you're ready, if you like the arms, we'll exhale and back again and just let the elbows bend. So you're just touching in a very gentle way No need to work hard there. And then as much as you want to expand, the shoulders will roll back, the chest will lift up, tail will go back, and then we'll just gently tuck the chin in to lengthen the back of the neck. And take a few moments just to let your heart expand, your body feel strong and courageous. Often we do things that aren't easy in this class or anytime that you practice. I just want you to have that moment of being proud of your body and how it's caring for you. So 2 more breaths. And the last one, just feeling solid and strong. And then when you're ready, we'll inhale, release the arms up, and exhale, open to warrior 2. So knees and toes go over towards the left. The right knee basically faces front, depending on your flexibility. But once you have the toes set and the heels grounded, then guide your knees in the direction the toes are facing. Lengthen head to tail, so feel your whole core just helping your spine. And then arms reach. Shoulders connect back. And hear how wide can you feel, wrist to wrist, showing up, being in the fullness of your body. Maybe you want to ask that same kind of question. How deep does your body want to be here? Knee bend or knee straight? And then if it feels good, gaze over the left hand and just see your strength for a few breaths. See it, trust it, just be present with your body. 1 more breath before we change, so take it to where you want it. And then inhale, we'll push off the front heel to straighten the legs just enough that we can come to a goddess squat. So the heels will come in, toes will go out, and just kind of wiggle around till you feel like you can get that same mountain feeling in your feet. So the toes could lengthen, heels on both sides, ground. Lengthen head to tail, and then gently hug the ribs in. And arms, we're going to sweep them back. So exhale, bring them behind you and do that gentle touch, elbow to elbow. And if you want a little back bend, you are welcome here. You just take the tailbone back first, and then the heart up and the crown up, so the chin tucks. And then what does your body want? Maybe it wants that solid feeling where you're going to ground in. Maybe it wants less work where you're just going to straighten a bit. And take 2 deep breaths, just thanking your body for being here, being courageous to go through strong poses like this. 1 more breath, just noticing the warmth, care, and strength of your own body. And then inhale, arms come up and legs straighten. And then hands will go to the hips. And we're going to come to a fold. So you can tilt your toes forward or a little bit out, knees bend, and walk down to where you feel like you're in a good stretch. So just be careful. You can even kind of rock around, come to a place where you can wide fold, and then let your head hang. Take a few deep breaths. Fully let your body exhale. And can you soften your knees? And can you relax your heart center? Similar to how you practiced in your first forward fold, I want you to use your breath. So 3 times as you inhale, just to feel how your body will loosen. And as you exhale, just see if you could go a little bit more deeply into your pose. Just to where you want to take it. No need to go deeper than your body wants. We're going to change just slightly to stretch the inner thigh. So I want you to put pressure into your hands so that you're holding some of your weight with your hands. And then bending your knees, so keep your knees soft. You're going to walk to one side and let the opposite toes lift up. So what that does is the weight in your hands, it's going to stretch the inner thigh on the extended leg. And the alignment here is just lining up the knees in the direction of the toes. Hands holding you. 1 more deep breath. And then exhale, loosen up the knees. And when they feel loose enough, start to walk to the other side. Let the long leg lift the toes. And then line up your knees again in the direction of the toes. Nice deep breaths. Yes, great job. And then soft and loose knees. Just walk your body over to one side. So you feel like you're coming to a low lunge. And all we're going to do is tap the back foot in. And then just come to where you're knee to knee. So we're going to come to a standing split here. So it's a little bit of a balance, but also a stretch. So your back toes are just going to tap down. And then see if you can exhale and let your head just kind of fall into a forward fold. So you're already getting the work of it. Ground your bottom foot by lengthening each toe and push into both sides of your heel. So I want you to lift that arch. And now if you want, you can lift the opposite foot, the toes off the mat. So you're knee to knee and toes up. So this is just a variation of standing split. If you want the full pose, you're going to lift the light leg into the air now. And really exhale, let your head hang. Take one more deep breath, energizing up through the top leg. And then exhale, feet come down. And gently bend the knees and bring your hips down. So you're going to come to a Hindi squat. So that's just going to let your circulation come back up. So once you're there, if it's hard to get to, you can sit down first and then just kind of push yourself forward. That's a way to get there as well. We'll just bring our hands to heart. Take a nice deep breath. And see if you can exhale and drop the shoulders back and lengthen the neck. So just create some space right around your jaw. A lot of times that can be tight. And then take about 1 or 2 more breaths and just, what does your body need to hear? That you're grateful for it, that you're listening. Just take 1 more. And then when you're ready, we're going to lift our hips first. And so it's your opposite leg. So whatever foot wasn't grounded, come over, bring your weight to that foot. Give it some grounding by lengthening the toes, pushing both sides of the heel. And then the opposite leg is going to tap the ground behind. Take a breath and just let your head hang. And if you're ready, lift the toes on the light leg. And just take a breath of knee to knee here. And as you're ready, if you want to go to the full pose, you can lift your light leg into the air. And we'll take about 2 or 3 deep breaths, letting your head go a little bit deeper, back toes a little higher. Yes. Got it. 1 more deep breath. And then exhale and just bring yourself down to the mat. Nice and slow. Let your circulation come back. All right. So facing front. We're going to take our left leg on the mat. And then the right leg, coming to a twist. Just bring your heel against your shin or cross it over your thigh. Take your hands and move your butt back until you feel like you're on your sit bones. And then left arm is going to wrap around your right knee. Right hand can ground behind you if that helps you lift your heart. And exhale, roll the shoulders back. Nice deep breath here. And then can you scan down your body? And what could you soften to help this moment feel a little more enjoyable? Is there something that you could let go of? Or something that you could hold in your body? Left arm, if you like, you'll switch the elbow now to the outside of your knee. Roll the shoulders back. And then focus on the exhale to twist, eye gaze going to the right a little bit more. And then if you want to add a little extra care, we're going to wrap with the right arm behind and just let it rest onto the other side or back of our body. Just take a nice deep breath. 1 more inhale and exhale, really breathing out to the fullest. And then gently, when you're ready, we'll unwind. And switching sides, you can kind of, if you want to wiggle it out or pedal a bit, just allow your body to feel loose enough to switch. So the right leg will be on the mat first, and then the left leg against your shin, crossing over to the thigh. So that just depends on what feels good on your knees. And hands, help yourself find your sit bones, walking the butt back. And then knee is kind of facing upwards. And we'll take the right arm and sweep it around the left leg. Then your left hand, if it helps, you use it kind of like a tripod. You push down and let the heart lift. And then just exhale and allow the shoulders to come back. And as you sit, can you soften the body, even around the knees, the hands, the face? And just feel this extra hug as your arm is tight against your thigh and your belly against your legs. And just how grateful it is to have a body that is caring for you your entire life. Never gives up. If it feels good, you'll take the right elbow on the outside of the left knee now. And then the left arm can wrap and rest on your low back or the opposite side waist. And with each exhale, bring the belly button in and just feel the compassion of your breath out. It's amazing how you're made. That simply by breathing, you can add some calm or energy. Just about anything that you need can be found through the breath. One more deep breath there. And then exhale and gently unwind. So your left leg is probably the one pointing up. And just take it out to your side. So now both feet are towards your left, knees are towards your right. We're going to do one more twist. So just twist away from the feet. So going towards your right. Use your left hand to touch your thigh. And then just exhale the belly button in. And see if that helps you bring out the waist. And with each breath out, just notice where you can take it. And each breath in, be gentle with yourself. Allow that freedom to kind of loosen out of it if it feels good. One more deep breath there. And then exhale and come back to center. So before we switch our feet, we're going to come to gate pose. So you're going to take your right hand, just place it down somewhere near your right knee, and then point out the left leg. So to come up into it, you just kind of rise your body up. So if that doesn't feel great, you can stay down and just sweep with me seated. But if you do like to lift, just find a place to put your knee, extend your left leg, and one long line, we inhale and lift our left arm away from the left leg. Yeah. Shoulders, bring it back. And how's your tail here? Can you lengthen it out of the body to help the low back? Now 2 more breaths, just stretching and reaching and grateful for the way that it feels. Inhale. And whenever you're ready, exhale and allow yourself to sit back down. And we'll do one side bend towards the left. So right arm lifts and we slide. Exhale the shoulders back and ground your right hip. Take another breath. See how soft you can become. If it feels good to come out of it, you can sweep your right arm forward and then to the side. And we'll switch. So your feet are going to come over to the right, knees face forward. Then roll the shoulders back, find your sit bones, and just simple twist. Left arm goes to the left, right hand gently touches the thigh. Roll the shoulders back, lengthen the crown up, tail down. And then with each out breath, bring that hug in. Feel so supported, cared for, massaged as you can. And if anything is difficult today, simply practice kindness, a gentle spirit towards yourself. One more deep breath in. And then exhale and come on out of it. Left hand is going to land. And take as much time as you need to straighten the right leg, to reposition where your left knee feels like it'll support you all right. And then right arm will lift up. And you'll exhale, sweep it away from the right leg. Yeah. Shoulders back. First, practice the length in your tail. So tailbone down, crown of the head reach. And now go for it. Really reach fingertips to toes and expand your breath. About one more breath, coming to your fullness. And then when you're ready, we'll just exhale and sit down. So the left foot comes towards the right thigh, and left arm will lift it up and then slide to the right. And shoulders, melt them back. Left hip, let it ground. And breathe with depth and grace. One more breath. What does your body want? Can you soften or deepen? And then left arm, if you liked the way we came out of it, just sweep it forward. Let that stretch kind of run around the low back. And then come to seated. All right, great job. So now take your feet so that you're just bending your knees. You'll face your feet. And you'll just even out the sit bones here. So if you want, we're going to bring our hands back and we're going to open our heart center. So again, lifting the mood by opening the chest. So you want the soft part of your elbow in line with the webbing between your thumb and first finger. So just kind of swirl the elbows in or out, whatever feels good, as long as you're lining those points up. And then feet are going to ground down. So here you're already doing it when you sweep the shoulders back and you lift your chest up. Lengthen the back of the neck. But if you want that tabletop, you can push down into the heels and we'll lift up. So that'll stretch your biceps a little bit more and add a little more strength. And if you chose that, I want you to lengthen the back of the neck all the way to the knees. So energize your knees out towards your toes and really lift your heart. Yes. One more deep breath, just opening, lifting the mood. And then exhale, allow yourself to sit back down. And we're going to come to the mat. So arms can reach out, shoulders back. If you need more help, hold the thighs. Inhale. Exhale, just slowly roll the back down. So I want you to articulate your spine. See if you can lay down each vertebrae so you're really rounding. Yes, that is great for control. And then arms and toes, reach them away. Get the biggest stretch that you can here. Lifting the belly up, ribs up, and just breathe with depth, stretching your abdominals. And then we're going to bend the knees and hug into a little ball. So that's going to help your back straighten out. So you get a nice compassionate hug there. And as you exhale, lay the tailbone down, crown of the head down. Lengthen out your right leg and hold on to your left. So I really want you to almost ground your right heel for a sec just to get your right hip open. And then coming to reclined pigeon, take your right hand and gently hold on to your left foot and guide it towards the right so that your shin is almost parallel with your body. And here you can just gently hold the thigh and the foot. You could rock if that feels good. Or if you want to deepen it, you try to hug your elbows around your foot and knee, and then just hug and rock. And give your body deep breaths. What would help you loosen here? You can relax your effort now. Simply allow yourself to be in this stretch. Take 2 or 3 more breaths, finding what would feel great. As you loosen up your hands, lift the left leg in the air and hold behind that leg. So now you're getting a stretch through the back of the legs. And roll your ankle a little bit. Your feet do so much to support you. So give them a little bit of grace, stretching out the tendons. And then come to a steady space and just breathe. See if you can relax the collarbones and the jaw. And scan your body. What would feel great if you made just a minor change, whether that's in how you breathe or how you soften. One more deep breath. And then recline tree pose to open the hips. You'll just bend your knee and put the palm of your left foot against your right thigh. So you let your left knee wrap open to your left. Now arms, reach overhead again. So you're going to get that same pop-up feeling through the ribs. It's a very gentle back bend from your tailbone. Breathe down into the hips. Give them permission to unwind and loosen. One more breath. See if you can soften this time. And then slowly bend the knees, and we'll give one more hug here. So you're going to ball up, hug tight, and then switch. So the left leg will go down, right knee is going to hug in. So let's start with the heel on the left side. So try to ground it for a moment just to get that opening through the left hip. And now the right foot. If you want, hold it with your left hand, gently draw it across. So this is just as much as your body wants. If you want, you can try to guide the foot and the knee to the elbows. So alignment here is still attempting to line up the middle of your toes with the direction of the knee. So try to find that to support your ankle. And maybe you want to rock. What does your body want? Relax all effort now. And give yourself permission to melt and to simply get something out of this. One more breath. When you're ready to loosen, let the hands go first, and then lift your leg up into the air and hold behind. Big ankle circles. Give your tendons a little bit of that care. And then allow yourself to stop and just pause. Can you allow even the fingertips to relax? Each exhale, allow your body to feel heavier through the back and softer through the front. Two more breaths. What would feel great if your body got to experiencing it now? Give yourself permission to find it. And then we'll come to that reclined tree pose on this side. So the palm of the right foot will touch the inside of the left leg. Let your right knee open. Arms, if you liked it, reach them overhead again to let yourself extend the stretch from the hips upward. And each out breath, sink and melt, releasing ounces of effort with each breath. And then another pose if you want, palms of the feet. You're going to bend both knees and then place the feet together, letting the knees open. And just keep your arms how they are. And just take a few more breaths now, stretching from hip to hip. One more deep breath. And then bringing the knees into the heart. Lastly, to help even out our spine and calm us down, we'll just lift the legs up into the air. So arms, if you really enjoy them overhead, keep them there. If you want, they can be palms up next to you by your sides. Or if you want more support, put your thumbs right underneath the tailbone. And take a few breaths, simply allowing yourself to be cared for. So here in legs up the wall pose, our body, not only does our circulation get a little support, but this helps balance our emotions. It helps us sleep at night. And it helps our joints that hold us up. So with each exhale, can you allow yourself just to be sinking, softening, permission to be cared for, and to strengthen that feeling. So you could stay here as long as you like. If you're ready to come to a full relaxation, maybe you want to grab something warm. And then just bring your feet to where you want to rest. Bring your hands to a place that will help you rest. And take a deep exhale to settle in. Can you just sink and melt your body after your practice? And the key to strengthening what we want to in our minds and in our bodies is awareness. And so for the next few moments, we're just going to strengthen our relationship to awareness. So first, simply become aware of all the sounds in your room. What are the closest and the farthest away? The loudest and the softest. And as soon as you greet a new sound, I want you to practice letting it go. That instead of giving things permission to cause a reaction in you, or to make you feel a certain way, you get to be aware of it and then choose your response. So just be aware of the sounds and then let them go. Now take a deep breath and feel your exhale again, letting yourself sink and reconnect with the ground. And we'll do similar things with awareness and sensations. So what all do you sense? How many textures are against your skin? How many temperatures do you feel? How about tastes and smells? And as soon as you're aware of something new, I want you to practice letting that float away as well. As if you're turning every single thing into a cloud, just letting it pass by the clear blue sky of your awareness. So notice one more thing, and then practice letting it go to be a softer, calmer you. Come back to your breath and practice another exhale, just connecting with the ground and melting. And now we'll bring our awareness inside. So scan down from the top of your head to your toes. And what do you notice? What do you feel that's a direct result from your practice? And as soon as you're aware of something, whether it's stiff or calm, I just want you to practice letting it go. Simply being present and witnessing to your experience. So take another moment or two, finding new things within your body. And then bring your mind into your breath. And notice this next rise and fall, simply being with yourself through each and every moment. And for these next few moments, allow yourself to just watch your breath. This next breath is new. It'll never happen again, and it's not happened before. So just notice how intimately you can keep putting your awareness into your breath, trusting that it creates a calmer version of your mind and body. And as soon as a thought or feeling arises, practice letting it go. It's a cloud, and you get to choose how to respond. Over and over, come back to your breath. Take another moment and just notice how you feel, notice the breath. And practicing what we have this entire class, I want you to think about what feels good right now. It could be even just an inch of your body. And I want you to soak that in. Is there anything that you're grateful for? Just bring that into your mind and hold it. Just one more deep breath. Maybe just being or taking another breath to soak in the positive. And so grateful for the miracle of your body. Start to move your fingers and toes thanking them for all they've done, and maybe amazed at the miracle, just a mere thought, when you can move. And then bring the movement towards your heart center as you roll your wrists and your ankles, waking them up, thanking them. And then what would feel great? Maybe you want to hug your knees next, or maybe you want to stretch, or maybe you want to rock around. Let your body tell you what feels good, and then go for it. So another breath, just being, letting go. When you're ready, roll to one side and give yourself a moment to simply rest on this side. So I want you to feel how good it is to just rest. Your body, amazing as it is, gets stronger when you rest and sleep. So just allow yourself this moment to be thankful for a body that has such good things as that within. Feel your next breath. When you're ready, use your top arm, help yourself sit up nice and tall. And no rush. Once you're in your seated posture, let's finish together. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, namaste. So thank you so much. You did awesome. So I truly hope that this practice helps you create a stronger pathway to what feels good for your body throughout this entire week and then even beyond. So I hope you have a wonderful holiday.